still, and I want to promote the.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Got my book. Ready.
Yay! I do not have my book on hand, but it's okay.
It's got good the good ASMR tapping sounds.
Promote your stuff. Pew. Oops.
Eh.
I need to stream. Put the stream in the thing.
Just I'm working on this blanket. I just got all of this yarn organized, and it already looks like this.
It's less than good.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm almost done. I'm in the last 10 rows. Less than 10 rows left. This takes forever because it's a blanket. A blanket, if you will.
Blanket.
A blanket.
A blanket sounds like a weapon.
It depends on, the circumstances, how you use it, all the, for warmth and or protection.
I am looking for a channel. There's too many in this thing. I swear they have one. Live. Oh my gosh.
So I
something
think.
else.
Hello. Where do you live? Okay. I think Ray, that definitely for our ATE stuff, we should do our own little mini thing for patrons to go into deep detail, and we'll just be yeah, new characters, and then keep going. Otherwise, we'll be here forever.
Join us on Patreon.
Yes.
You guys really should do a.
Yeah, join us on Patreon for more.
Oh, good. So okay, Scott got back to me. I was like, "Who is this message?" Scott changed his icon on Discord, and I'm like, "Who is this person messaging me?" Okay, well, we're already streaming. I guess I could play the music and point, or do you want to finish chewing?
Yes, I have a meatball and a half.
Okay.
So I'm almost done.
Okay, so we'll hang out a minute.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It happens.
Got to it
That's
late,
why I've been trying to do the low. So I'm pretty sure nobody signed up for Geek Girls Mukbang.
You never know. That's somebody's thing.
I do not know this term.
Oh, it's when mostly YouTubers, but I think it's moved on to TikTok now, where they basically have a chatty thing, but they're stuffing their face as they're doing it. So mukbang is just eating on the camera.
Okay.
And making smacking noises.
Making smacking noises, being chatty.
I'm gonna grab some. I'll mute my.
I don't like it.
Get some water.
Okay.
My butt is pouring rain outside. Man, it's pouring rain outside. All right, so I changed our stream info before you guys got here and put it on the schedule. It was not on the schedule.
Oops.
Yeah. Happens.
Okay. That is not food related. Okay, sorry. Wait. Okay, sorry.
All good.
Drink acquired. Food is done.
Okay. I'll push the button.
We got perspective, we got the cool, we got the muscle, and you know we effing rule. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, alright! We got the know-how, we got control, we got the knowledge, and we tell you how it rolls. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, alright! We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, tonight! Hell yeah.
Hello. Welcome to episode 258 of Geek Grills. Geek Grills podcast is supported primarily by our patrons at www.patreon.com/grills. I'm Ray. I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts Ember
Hello, hello, hello.
and Linda.
Hey, everybody.
And today's topic is our book club, and we are talking about Long Live the Pumpkin Queen.
Ta-da! I have the book in front of the camera for people who can see us to look at.
Yay! And the
before we
letters
get
are
in-
even going the right way. Yay!
Hey!
Let's see. All right, before we get into that, what have you grills been up to? Ember?
Scratching my ear. Well, I smoked salt.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've been
Wow.
hearing Scott Johnson talk about his wife Kim doing it, and I was like, why am I not doing that? Because I've bought smoked salt before, and it's a lovely thing to have on hand. It's good for lots of stuff. And I have, like, beautiful pink Himalayan sea salt on hand all the time because I throw it in when I make bath salts. And so I decided to smoke the big giant crystals. And it didn't turn anywhere near as putrid a color as I thought it would. And it's delicious. I actually ground some up in my mortar and pestle, and I made a brine and brine chicken wings overnight using that. And I may never smoke wings again because why would I? It imparts that flavor perfectly well, and then I can like grill them or bake them, whatever. So that was awesome and a successful experiment, and I will be gifting it to people, of course. Well, I should probably sell it to people. That's what I probably should do. But yeah, I played some rhythm games, which is a different thing for me than I am used to. Last couple weeks for part-time gamers, and so they're weird. Not what I
One
expected.
of my favorite genres.
Metal Hellsinger was way cooler than I thought it was gonna be.
Weirdest one I played is Thumper. Because that's visuals. Feel like you're high the entire time.
Yeah, the last one we did was Melatonin, and it is literally like I think I just play this before bed for a little bit. It's really chill, and the visuals are all very like muted colors. Except for a little while, I kept waiting for something to go wrong because it's all based on you're in this character's dreams, so it's really weird shit. And the animation, like the drawings, look a little Rick and Morty. So if it weren't for like the cool music and the muted colors, I would have not been able to calm down and just been waiting for disaster any minute. But anyway, yeah, I did some of that, and that was cool. So, what about you?
Let's see. I've been doing crochet stuff.
No way.
like always. I showed Ember this last week because we were doing our gaming stream. But for everybody else, I've made a lemon cake. Little happy lemon cake with some lemon slices on the top. And a mustard bottle. It's a happy mustard bottle. Very happy to see you. I'll probably make the mustard bottle a ketchup friend. I don't know why that wasn't in the book to begin with, but yeah, I'm just going through the book piece by piece. So,
I don't think you need another pattern for same thing, different color, though, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
It is true. But I'm wondering, like, why they didn't. I don't know. To me, ketchup bottle is more first thing I think of instead of a mustard bottle. So I don't know. She may have just needed something for yellow.
How about yellow yarn?
Yeah. So the thing I'm working on, two things I'm working on now. One is this blanket that as I called it earlier off camera, a blanket. I've been literally working on this since the start of the pandemic, and I would like to finish it. So I just, like, it was a thing that I could pick up and put down pretty easily, so it just was taking a while, and then I ran out of red yarn, a very specific, like, sparkly red yarn that I just recently found a dupe for, so I can continue. And, you know, I'm like 10 rows away from finishing this thing, so I would like to finish this. But I also need to work on stuff for the market days and MomoCon and everything, so I'm just, yeah. So I'm also making it's supposed to be a Brussels sprout, but because I am using yarn that is bigger than what the book anticipated I would use, it's the world's largest Brussels sprout. It's it's like,
don't worry. I think it can still have a fan base.
I'm sure it can, or either the world's smallest lettuce head of lettuce. Lettuce head? Yes, head of lettuce. So yeah, I've been making that. So I've gotten to the green section of the book. We're past the warm colors, getting into the cool tones. So I've got green, blue, purple, and then they have a pink and a tan section. So 5 more sections, but we're in green now, so yay!
Yay!
Alternatively, I could make this into a frog, but we'll see
a dark tone doozer.
Yes. Obvious. This is not this dark in real life. It's just my camera. My camera can't get the right color.
Giant key?
Right about there-ish is almost the color it is in real life. So I had an ATE. My new character got introduced, and I'm super happy. Like, I know that this is a character I'm going to really enjoy because at the end of the weekend, I ended the game with, like, a lot of energy, and, like, even though it was, like, tired end of game, I was still kind of, like, pumped up and ready to go, so I was very happy. I got to be all flouncy. I think somebody literally was like, "Your costuming is so fluffy." I was like, thank you so much. The coat was a big hit. I've spent enough, I was very happy, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's awesome." It's a great place to get compliments on your costuming, on your sewing work, I guess. And I had a lot of fun. This is my my weird Wild West perfumer. She's an aromatherapist. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. It's ATE, so weird shit happened all weekend. But I think Ray and I have kind of decided that we're gonna maybe do a little, like, small, like, just the two of us recording, maybe for the patrons, of just going into the weirdness that is ATE and our new characters.
The entire podcast.
Yeah, it would take too long.
All the LARPing. LARPing
Yeah.
bonus content for
LARPing
LARPing.
Yes.
bonus content.
If people are interested in that, we'd be happy to talk to you about our characters. We're always happy to do
I just
that.
do it anyway. We'll have it all recorded, and then someday we'll have a spin-off or something.
Look, I'm just saying, if people are interested in coming, this is a great way to also get you caught up on the game.
Yeah, it's true. We'll get you right up to the content.
I'm not supported by ATE, but I will happily support them.
Yes. We love it. We love our storytellers, our game runners. I got offered a promotion at work, so
Ooh.
I'm gonna be eventually. They have to do a little bit of finagling and training up to get my position covered, but I'll be moving up from data entry to transcription. So exciting. I'll get to move offices and get set up in a new desk and learn all new things.
How to decipher doctor handwriting.
Yes. Kind of know how to do it already because I've been there for a while, and there's things that you have to do like downstairs in as a lab aide where you have to decipher their handwriting, so I've got a head start on that at least a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, my medical transcription class, a lot of it was just going over basic medical terms that you would need to recognize in the scribbles to properly document it on your write-up. So once you got that, it's easy. And you also work at an optometrist's office, so it's not like you're going in blind.
Yeah.
Oh man, if they're in the same area, they would both smack me for that one.
The main thing I'm kind of I don't want to say nervous about, but like I've got a little trepidation for is dictation, which is where you're listening to them talking and you're typing as they go, because our main doctor, that is our trying to think of the word, pathologist. Our main pathologist is like a superstar, and she talks fast.
Well, you're not going to get the device for that because there's a transcription device where you have a foot pedal and you can control and start and stop. Because I used to do some transcription in a law office.
Oh, that's
I don't
awesome.
know. I've never done it, so I don't know what they've got.
They most likely have one. They can't expect you to type at a speed people talk. At least not some people.
I don't know.
It's just I've heard her doing dictations before, and I'm just like, "Oh, you scary! You so scary!" But you're doing a great job.
Well, again, I think you're going to do better than you think, because you're also a very good typist. So
I try.
you're not like henpecking it as you look at the keys or anything. So
so that's coming up. It'll probably be in a couple of months before I move over, because like I said, they have to get someone into my position first and trained up. And once that person is trained, then I can move, or at least start training while they're training. And then I started a new, quote-unquote, new Chinese drama, new to me. It's a couple of years old. It's called The Lost Tomb, and it's an interesting one. I am enjoying it. I'm in the middle of season 1. I think there's like two asterisks. There's like 2 seasons plus like 1 extra thing. I don't know. I just got started in it. But it's different than the other ones I've watched, because in most kind of Chinese dramas, you either have something that is set very much in the real world, or you have something that is set very much in like the wuxia kind of world, where it's the wire fighting and, you know, swords and things. And this one is doing an interesting job of blending the two. Because it's like it's set in real world, but they're with the conceit that the wuxia world existed. So fighting like that actually happened. There were actually monsters that they would fight. And it all kind of has trickled into modern day. So it's very interesting. But they do an awesome job of, like, you have the kind of normal characters who, it's called the Lost Tomb, so it's not a spoiler to say they're going to find this like tomb and infiltrate it and try to get in. And they're running from monsters and being like, holy crap, run away from the monsters. And then you have this one special character who has a sword and is like literally hopping around and doing the wire fighting thing. And they're having the same reactions that any of us would have of like, what? How did he do that? What is with the flipping and the kick flips? And why is his blood weird? And what's going on?
Is his blood weird?
It is. It's like his blood can heal people and like make monsters go away. And they have explained nothing. It just is. And
Okay.
everybody in there is like, where did he... I know he came on this trip because a friend of a friend said he was a good person to have on the trip, which is your first red flag. But where did he come from? How did he train like this? Why does he have a sword? And they're just now in episode... There's like 10 episodes, I think. And just now in like episode 6, they're starting to question. Like, where did this guy come from? How do you know so much about this place? Because literally in like a previous episode, he was like, no, don't knock down the bricks that way. There's acid behind the walls. And I went, how did you know that? And an episode and a half later, they're like, he's really knowledgeable. That's kind of weird. And I was like, you weren't asking that when he knew about the acid behind the walls? What? So I'm having fun watching it. It's one of those ones you kind of have to be like, you turn your brain off. Don't think too much about...
Yes.
Yeah, don't think too much about some plot holes. Or coincidences. Like how this other guy got into the tomb with them. Don't think about that, don't worry. But it's fun. It is a lot of fun. I'm just... The one, like, special character... His hair... He literally looks like he's from an anime. His hair, like, goes across his face. And it's, like, obscuring one eye. He's got a sword. And I'm like, you are so sus. I don't know how or why you're sus. Explain. Preferably before the episode 10, please. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
So would recommend.
Would recommend, yes. It's on YouTube.
Okay. My cat. Yeah, so I also did ATE because we both brought in new characters at the same time, which was not intentional.
It wasn't, but it was fun.
Also bonus, because it's like, me and Linda can't not be friends in a game.
Yeah.
And usually the people you come in with, you have that immediate connection, because like, oh god, I'm thrown into this weird situation, and this is the only other person, even though I just met them. Hello, new best friend, because of drama.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's... but yeah, it was super fun. I had really little concept beyond chef, the Iron Chef thing. So while I was literally packing, I decided, like, I need other clothes, because I can't just wear a chef jacket all weekend. That's stupid. What? So, I actually ended up grabbing, like, a bunch of, like a little sailor dress and that's in black, and like that really comfy sailor sweater because it's warm and fleecy and I love it and it's cozy as heck. And like a cute little matching skirt for that. And I just like ended up going 100% weeb. Wow.
Imagine,
Again, no way.
imagine like the twangiest twang with Japanese thrown in.
I will say there was a because Linda explained it as me playing a Julia Childs character. And I was like, well, but I decided to go 100% weeb. It's like, at silly o'clock, there was well, you can just, what if you combine the two? And that's going to be a patron special.
Yes.
You do the whole thing in that voice?
I could do the whole thing in that voice. Nobody
Oh
wants
god,
that.
I wouldn't survive. Like it was at silly
I
o'clock.
called it a giggle loop. I made
Yes,
her go
she
in
did
giggle
a
loop
thing
for
in the
almost
voice,
5
and
minutes.
I lost it. If I hadn't had a corset on, I would have been rolling on the ground laughing so hard.
But I will save a bunch of that. I also was not expecting, like, I knew that I kind of wanted this character to become a mutant and go up the planner route. I was expecting to get that option the first game where you can, like, oh, we're meeting a planter. Oh, we could go ahead and start, and like the
And do the thing, and hooray!
initiation downtime.
Christine said that was 100% not planned. That was what she had costuming for.
No, I'm excited because now I have like all these ideas in my head for making the mushroom planter. So I want to make a mushroom hat and
I'm
a
so
mushroom
excited!
cape and a mushroom dress and all of these mushroom things. Like I'm like, I can make a turkey tail hair beret and just clip it in my hair for when I don't want to actually wear a hat. But I'm like, I can make hats for every season with different mushrooms. I'm way too excited. I went to Michael's and like started a collection because they had some fake mushrooms. I'm like, no. We're not even there yet. Put it back.
I've had to do that for mine already. Of like, I could have this for... Nope, put it down.
I did buy a nice basket so I could go around site. As a forager, you can go around site and pick up trash, and you can like get stuff for it. And it's just nice to clean up the site and also to find cool things. So that's all I'm gonna say. More detail later. My mother-in-law passed actually on my way up, which I did not know about, and my husband didn't tell me until Sunday evening. And luckily I was already off on Monday, so that kind of hit hard because I've been with my husband for more than half my life, and I have known his family that long as well. And even though, like, so it was just kind of a big thing, and she was always very supportive of art and crafting, and right before she got sick, she was like, do you want some help with this costume that you're trying to throw together for that French game? And I'm like, yes! And then everything, so. It hurts, it's grief, it freaking sucks. But it will get better with time. It just sucks. Totally different news, or not really different. I've had time to just kind of sit, so I started Persona 5. That game is weird. I'm waiting for more of the dating aspect of it.
Of course you are.
I have been informed that this is like a dating sim, but with tarot cards and weird, like, personality shadow versions that you're fighting. So I've gotten to the fighting. I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at like the mechanics of how they're doing stuff. I do like the tarot thing. It's like each character has like a tarot card that represents them. Like I am all for that. But I'm like, I already met like the punk nurse, and I'm like, hello punk nurse, I would like to get you to know you more. And all I'm getting from her right now is, you're my new guinea pig. And I'm like, okay, this could be good or bad or both. Progress? But yeah, no, I just finished the first palace, which is like the first story arc, which was good. I kind of knew it was about an abusive teacher. I thought they were actually like, there's no trigger warnings or anything. So I initially kind of read it as more of a sexual abuse story, less than a physical abuse story, which it is. They're doing basically manipulating and being very awful to their students and using their position of power over them to just make their life miserable, and also making inappropriate advances at a character that, like, you first see this character, the teacher picks her up on the rain, then leans over and is like, hey, do you want to ride too? And I'm like, why is there not a yes button? Why? Yes, I want to get in the car too, because I don't want you to be alone, older man, with this young girl. But no, that wasn't an option. It didn't go quite that route, which, yay. It's just kind of like, okay. So it's more like some of the stuff I remember from high school. I thought, all right. Yep. I am also officially middle-aged because birthday, and I got awesome sausage and beaver gifts. And no, I am not going to clarify on that.
That sounds like a whole thing.
All right, so with all that out of the way, we can start into our actual book club.
Yay!
Yay, book.
Start off with I really enjoyed it.
So
Yay!
most of us have read The Pumpkin Queen. Guess who didn't?
Really? Oh,
I
you'll
have
love
it.
it.
It's on the Kindle, and I just never. I'm better with the physical book than the Kindle, so I just didn't.
If you want the Cliff Notes version, there is a person on YouTube that went through. She does little animations. Her YouTube handle is A Bit Frank, and she has reviewed the Long Live the Pumpkin Queen with a bunch of little cute animations to go with it. So I can see if I can find that.
Post a link.
Yeah, to post in the links.
Okay. I do want to read it, so don't get me wrong. Like, oh, this is a tie-in with Nightmare Before Christmas about Sally. Hell yeah, I'm
Right?
here. I just...
Okay, so here's the big question, I guess. Do you want spoilers?
I don't care about spoilers. I'm
Okay.
I'm okay with spoilers, because unless there's like a super big twist or something that's gonna totally change the perspective, like he was dead the whole time, I'm fine.
well, the thing is,
There are some
the
twists and turns in this.
The twist is like really how it starts. Well,
Yeah,
more than
so-
anything.
Yeah, well,
Twist right up that's fine.
there's still some twists and turns, but the thing about this book is that it doesn't change how it'll change a couple of things on how you view the movie, but it doesn't break the movie.
Okay.
No, and I noticed, because I read the prologue and the epilogue, because I am also that nerd, that
they're
it
good.
is an official sequel. It was sanctioned by the writers, by
By
NBC.
Disney, yeah.
It's canon. So that's exciting, because we wanted more Sally, right? For sure.
Yeah.
Like, how did
Yeah,
she get
no,
all
it's
these
like-
skills if she, with the herbs and everything, when Finkelstein kept her on such a short leash, and you get to find out.
Way too much of the movie on Jack. Give me Sally. So
Where is the share button?
So do
Want
you
to
want?
share? There we
I
go.
give a whole
Copy.
synopsis first, or talk about details first, because there are things.
play
all right.
synopsis first.
Okay. So, Linda, do you want to do that, or you want me to do that? What do you want to do?
So, synopsis starts off with Jack and Sally's wedding a year after
Aw.
a year after the end of the movie. It's lovely imagery. Like, I'll read the first line to you. At the crisp, inky hour of midnight, Jack and I are married atop Spiral Hill in the Death's Door Cemetery. Actually, I read more than just the first line. Wind stirs the bone-dry leaves, and Jack takes my soft ragdoll hands in his, the coolness of his fingers calming the fluttering rippling across my stitched seams. It's lovely imagery. It's
The
lovely.
idea of a midnight wedding. I'm like, oh man, that's totally not feasible for a lot of reasons. But
But
it's like so cool.
it's great because it's like, describing everything, but with the spooky twist,
Yeah.
of like it's a blood moon tonight, which is great.
Yeah, the flavor of the text, and so much of it is really, really key to, because it's from Sally's point of view.
Yeah,
And
I
so
was not
there's-
expecting first person.
Yeah, and there's so much that's like descriptions of her seams like tightening with tension,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the lost needles from all sewing and this and that have ended up, and they've kind of they're there in her stomach, where in there, and if she's afraid, it gets this like prickly, and it's like so amazing to visualize and relate to, right? Like having anxiety or fear and that little prickle inside, and to have it described that way is so good. I like get goosebumps.
The moon is a bloody red in the sky, a good omen, and a wilted oleander flower plucked from a patch of poison ivy at the far end of Halloween Town is tucked just behind my left ear, a custom that ensures a long, dreadful life.
Oh, my little goth heart.
Yeah,
right?
It's
Like
great.
so Tish, right?
So
there's some weird
that's how it starts.
bits I didn't like, wasn't as crazy about. Like there's descriptions of more, I don't know how to put it, like liquid meat hand things. Like once in a while there'd be a description of something being tasted or and it's like it doesn't fit. It throws me off of all this wonderful talk about the fluttering leaves inside and the linen texture of her skin, and the ghostly dog, instead of her hand passing through, like he licks her or something. And I'm like, what is this licking? Like, how is that a thing? You're like, did you have to go get wet first? Like, once in a while there's something like that doesn't quite fit with the way all of that beautiful narration is happening and putting you inside the character. But anyway, overall, I loved that.
Yeah. So like the first part of it is her kind of getting into the the auspice of being the Pumpkin Queen. So she's got like things to do, but she struggles with her kind of self-worth for about, I would say, half the book. Before she learns some things about herself. But it's there's a lot of language where she kind of puts herself down, but it's kind of part of her character growth.
And it's the character we knew, who was shy and hiding, and then like could only speak up when it was like really important. And
so she's having all of these like queenly like duties thrust upon her after they have a one-day honeymoon. A one-day honeymoon in Valentine's Day Town?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like flowers and candy everywhere and like a half-price dentist. And I was just like, okay.
And that queen
like,
is like so posh and perfect,
mm-hmm.
which, makes Sally feel more insecure about it. I don't want to go back, but
Yeah. So like she takes a break for a minute from being the Pumpkin Queen because she's feeling like a lot of pressure, and she finds a door that is not one of the other doors. It is a door shaped like a blue crescent moon. And she opens it and accidentally unleashes the
Sandman.
Sandman. Accidentally unleashes the Sandman, who then proceeds to put everybody everywhere to sleep, so he can steal. I think he can steal their dreams.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know that's not Neil Gaiman's Sandman, but I'm just gonna imagine in my head.
It was really hard to shake that in my head, but she does a good enough job describing like what he looks like and acts like that.
Like
it's like
an old man with sunken eyes and all that good stuff.
Floating around all spooky and putting everybody to sleep and stealing their dreams.
So she basically has to go to the other holiday worlds, so we get to see more of them. We see, we already saw Valentine's Day Town. We get to see Thanksgiving Town, 4th of July Town,
St. Patrick's Day,
St. Patrick's Day, and Easter Town.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all Easter Town, and specific sounds really adorable because it's like a grassy meadow with rabbit warrens and like one huge, beautifully painted gazebo in the middle where they're like painting all the eggs, and there's small bunnies up there that have been painting the eggs, and the big bunny is like had been going up the stairs like it was trying to protect them, but they're all asleep. Yeah, the Sandman has very quickly gotten everybody. He was just like slingshotting all over. I was like, how did you get there so quickly, sir? But she actually meets one person who isn't asleep in I want to call it Clover Town, but that's not correct. St. Patrick's Town.
There's a leprechaun.
And, yeah, she meets one leprechaun that managed to stay awake and like is the NPC that info dumps all of the stuff for her. And then he gives her a magic clover, and then she can continue on her quest. I like it. It's just that did kind of like, oh, you found the one NPC that will give you all the information you need and the magic item, and now you can continue on your. But then she goes back to the Crescent Moon door, and she goes to Sleep Town. Is it called Sleep Town? What is it? Sleep.
Oh.
That makes more sense than she goes to the Moon Kingdom, and there's suddenly a Sailor Moon crossover.
Oh, I mean, there are pictures of Sally in the Sailor Moon getup. You know there are.
I mean, I posted Jack and Sally Moon earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Are you called Sleep Town? I can't remember.
Is it Dreamtown?
Dreamtown. Dreamtown.
Because they care for dreams, they produce the sand, they, you know, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. And then, the twist.
The twist. So
she meets.
Stop now if you don't want twist.
Yes, go away now if you don't want the twist.
Yeah.
She meets the mayors of Dreamtown, who are also ragdolls, and her parents.
Oh.
Yes. So, apparently, Dr. Finkelstein stole her from Dreamtown when she was a girl, well, like a young girl, and gave her a forgetting potion. And then took out all of her fluffy stuffing and restuffed her with leaves.
And this is why the dream sand doesn't work on her and put her to sleep, is because she's from there.
Because it doesn't,
cool.
The dream sand doesn't work on anybody from the dream world, from Dreamtown. So then
there's a lot of really good writing with like this, the people, so many people falling into nursery rhymes, speaking poetically, you have to sleep all the time, that it takes her a while to meet anyone who doesn't talk weird, disjointed in rhymes.
All of them in Dreamtown speak in rhyme or like oddly.
It's weird poetical dream language. And little kids herding sheep, and so
it's very cute. It sounds like a place I would like to be. It sounds very cozy.
But it's also so sus. Like, you're in Sally's point of view, and it's like, but really? Like, your parents? Like, I was made. Like, what do you... I don't know. And she's like, I have to get back. I have to wake up Jack. I have to defeat the Sandman. Everywhere's gone to sleep. There's nowhere to get anywhere. Oh my gosh. Then it gets pretty high action because your parents decide
because they make all the dream sand, they're trying to keep the Sandman out. So this is one of the parts of the book. They keep the Sandman out of where they make the sand with like a wall and guards. Now that he's not in Dreamtown, they're like, well, we're going to shut all the doors to keep him out permanently. And by shut all the doors, I mean burn down the grove where all the doors are. which, okay, it's a little bit of a nuclear option, but okay.
Right?
Escalated pretty quickly.
Yeah. But there's one door that they don't get to. It's in their big library, and it's a door that'll connect you to any other library in the world. Sounds awesome to me.
Right?
And they're like, well, you can go through, and then you can get to a graveyard and get back to your world through the graveyard in the human world, but then we're going to destroy the door. And Sally's like, that's not cool.
Great. So
Don't approve
this
of
is the
that.
final choice. If I go try to save Jack, and I mean, if she fails, there's going to be no one awake but Zero and a leprechaun in all of the universe, because the Sandman's like going to the human world too. And I can't come back to my parents? Good job.
Yeah. But, you know, she makes the choice, and she's like, no, I gotta go. I gotta go save him. Because at some point, she learns a sleeping death, like a death/sleeping potion. Death sleeping. A little bit of both.
Sleep of the dead.
Yeah, that she can use on the Sandman. And
Well,
then
she
when
takes
he...
the one that she used on Finkelstein and basically ramps it up to 11.
Yes.
Okay.
And like uses ingredients from the Dream Town as well as ingredients from Halloween Town, slams them together because she's a master alchemist.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And then like the showdown, like she makes like 6 ragdoll copies of herself to like as like
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome, though. All right,
Yeah.
so at the beginning, all the witches and everybody was trying to, like, dress her up in all kinds of floofy, giant, like, black crinoline, crazy,
Yeah.
you're going to be the queen, and it's going to be majestic, and this is what you have to do, and you have to wear 6-inch heels, and she's like, oh my god, no! And she ends up using all that fabric to make, like, decoys.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's great. And so like she puts the potion into the town square like fountain and then makes this huge speech to like draw him there, and then Zero like shoves him into the fountain and he's just out. And then once
And that's
he
where the
falls
secret
asleep,
NPC ingredient came in, because she
Yeah.
mixed the potion and she
With
put
the
it in the
clover.
fountain, and it was gonna be like super obvious, but like she put the clover in, and it made it that murky green color the fountain water is.
yeah, so that's what her secret ingredient was. And then when the Sandman fell asleep, everyone else woke back up.
okay. Yep.
And then like there's this like round robin for a little while. Well, first her parents show up because they ended up not destroying the door.
They decided to
They-
step up. They like took her example of being actually brave.
Yeah.
Aw.
So they show up. And then there's this like round robin discussion amongst the people of Halloween Town of what to do with the Sandman.
And it's so captured Halloween Town, right? Like from the
It's
movie.
great. Yeah. It's like we could
Let
chop him
this
up
bat
to
loose
bits.
my hat. Yeah, chop
Yeah.
him to bits. Let's throw him off a cliff, and you can
Yeah.
hear the voices in your head.
Nice.
But
They
like
spend so much time doing that.
he wakes back up. But he's had a nap now. Apparently his problem was he had never slept in the entirety of his life.
Oh, he was crabby. Okay.
He was stealing
Sleep
dreams.
deprived. Because he never
because-
had his own.
Yeah, sleep
It's
induced.
so sad.
Like it happens if you like lose enough sleep, you actually become psychotic.
Yes.
So
I think it's like 72 hours you start going off the edge of sanity.
it's like hallucinations and stuff, but it takes a
Yeah.
good like something like 12 days, I think, to go actual
Mhm.
psychotic. But yeah, he had never had his own dreams, and he was like much better now.
And he's like, hey, he was like, can I have a cup of that every few days? That'd be great. Like, so he goes and visits Halloween Town to get his cup of sleep juice. Like,
This is good for tourism.
Good for tourism. Like
And
that's
it
a
is
thing that
her
they get
visiting
into.
everywhere. That like her and Jack were gonna go places together through the doors, and she ended up going all the places. Ends up being like now there's
like-
tourism between the places.
Yeah, like they have a haunted B&B. They've got like a cafe. That's where he gets his sleepy juice from.
Awesome.
And Dr. Finkelstein gets basically community service in Dreamtown for stealing Sally in the first place.
For like,
It's like
100 years.
100 years of community service.
Oh wow.
And then there's another door, I think, twist at the end.
Oh yeah, well,
But
first the grove that got destroyed in Dreamtown, they grow it back, and it actually grows back in like 3 days because it's magic.
Sure.
And then
so I don't know what they thought chopping it down was going to accomplish. But... Well, maybe they didn't know that because they never chopped it down before.
True. And then Jack and Sally are like in the forest walking, and they find an ancient grove of trees that are all ancient doors. So they have opened it for sequels and other things. It's really cute.
It is. And for those of you that like audiobooks, I don't generally. And I have this in a hard copy, and I was curious though, and I had an Audible credit kicking around, so I was like, well, let's see what it's like. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Whoever's doing it is doing Sally's voice.
Aww.
And it's got music in it, like spooky, what you would expect in Halloween Town background music.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
But if you want to get the hardcover, they literally have a little insert in the hardcovers of Sally's book of potions, home remedies, and apothecary cures.
Mine doesn't have that.
It's in the back.
Oh my god.
It doesn't?
I didn't see it, and I read the whole thing. Where's my book? I'm gonna freak out if I don't have that. What the hell?
It's only for the hardback, the hardcovers. I don't think.
Yeah, mine's hardcover. I don't think it's out in paperback yet. Oh no, I did not see it. If somebody stole it, I'm gonna go to Barnes and Noble and pitch a fit.
Yeah, because it's got Boogie's bath salts, All Hallows Eve facial spray, Pumpkin Queen perfume. Ooh, that's rosewater, vanilla, jasmine, chamomile, and bergamot. Corpse skin scrub, swamp water face steam, and Dreamtown pillow mist.
Ooh.
That's the thing, like Dreamtown, she talks about smelling of like lavender and chamomile. I love just the scent imagery. Is that the right word? It's a lot of like sensory stuff.
Sorry.
Because she's not just describing what she's seeing; it's also like, you know, the air and like the sense and what the sounds. It's very
very tactile.
Very tactile. Yeah, it's trying to think of the right word.
I say tactile. I have to do finger things.
Sensory. It's very sensory. So I actually really like the author of this is named Shea Earnshaw. I very much, or really much. I very much like.
I don't have it.
Oh no!
It's not here.
I like how it's written. Yeah.
There's
Mine's it's in the back.
Stuck in or. Wait.
It should be like underneath. It's underneath the
my gosh,
cover.
Nope. The very last page of acknowledgments and mine ends.
Oh no!
I'm sad.
Buy and check the back of the book.
Yeah, when you get it. Oh.
Well, mine has the sticker that says Barnes and Noble exclusive includes special content.
But that's
Does
where we bought it.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go over there. Be like, I need to trade you for the other one.
Yeah, I guess look for the one that has the little round sticker on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is it? Is
In
that?
the meanwhile, send me the recipes. Is
Please and thank you.
like jasmine and vanilla, or what is, in particular, it's funny you mentioned that, along with the bergamot and stuff in the salad cologne, is because that's something I used to blend. Holy crap! Like 25 years ago when I lived in Buffalo, I and it was, you wouldn't think it would go together, and it did, and it was because like my boyfriend always wore vanilla and I always wore jasmine, and I decided to blend the oils together and see if it worked, and it did.
Aww.
So it's really cute that
Good.
it's in there.
And I love there's little, it's Sally's secret tips, do if you dare and beware are under each of these. So for like the pumpkin queen perfume, the Sally's secret tips, like double or triple the recipe to make a larger batch to share, and to store this perfume for longer than a week, add white alcohol. So they actually tell you like how to do it.
Make a cologne
And-
out of it and preserve it.
Yeah, beware. Do not use more than a dab. The effect this perfume has on others is irreversible.
Nice.
It's cute.
Nice. But yes, how many, do we do stars or what do we do? I don't, like, where's the Goodreads? I will give this all the stars because
Yeah.
I loved it. There was like the one minor, why is there licking or something that was freaking me out, or a little overuse of a particular stitch tightening thing, but like so much of that was so creative and so immersive, and I was so gratified to have just more about Sally, backstory, current story, there's potential future story. It was just incredibly satisfying in so many ways, and really did, the voices also, took you back, like you were saying, when the Sandman, when everybody thought he was asleep for good, and you could just hear that, just like when they're arguing about how to do Christmas, you can hear them spouting off. It was very, very much in the spirit of Halloween Town. I can't wait for Ray to read it. I feel like you're going to enjoy it just as much.
And there's this the most adorable little tidbit as at the end when she has herself restuffed with both the like cotton stuffing from Dreamtown and the leaves from Halloween Town.
Aww.
So she's like a mixture of both. I'm just like, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's because her seams all straightened up, but like not that one little one that she's always pulling at that we've seen in the movie that she talks about in the book, and that her mother has the same habit. Oh my god.
Aww.
Dying.
Yeah, it's really, really cute.
We
And
spoiled
the,
every last bit now.
We warned you.
No, I still want to read it.
Yeah.
So
Also,
the other thing, by the way, you were saying.
the front cover is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I'm a little sad because there's pictures of the paperback. She's actually in full color. Like, it's her
Oh.
dress
Oh,
is
wow.
full colored. But like in the hardback, only her hair is colored. So I'm a little sad that I didn't have the full color one, but they didn't have the
Wait.
paperback.
we have
at my
another
store.
difference. Mine's got color.
Oh, interesting.
Ah,
That must have
alright.
been the first run. I bet you that was like one of the first runs, and then they've redone it.
And put in
Like the
special
second-
stuff, but took out the color of her dress.
I don't know how
Burns and
Yeah,
Noble.
I don't know how marketing works.
Nobody does.
Right? I'm looking at this author. I'm going to follow her on Goodreads. She does a bunch of YA, but
Yeah.
I find I tend to read a lot of YA.
Well, what's hilarious is that this book was right next to a bunch of other like Disney offshoots.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what would happen if Sleeping Beauty never woke up? What would happen if it was Belle's mother who cursed the beast? What would happen if it's a lot of like what if stories? then they were right next to it.
I
All
see
in the
Disney is
YA
also
section.
taken after Marvel. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we
Just,
have
you know.
kids now that are growing up on that. What's the one with the little bitty?
Yeah.
There's like a Tiny Tots Disney princess thing. I don't know what the hell it's called.
And also, like, reimagining fairy tales really isn't that new.
No,
Oh,
it's
no.
not. No, it's
Yeah.
that's been
I-
around. Oh,
Wicked.
I almost
Or
forgot.
even before that.
I almost
Yes.
forgot. I finally bought the Disney Princess
Ooh.
crochet kit.
Oh my god,
Aw.
the curls on Merida make me so happy.
So-
Cute.
Aw.
I would have been happy just with the book, but they don't just sell the book. You have to buy the whole
Oh.
kit.
Oh no. Not the
no.
whole kit.
So now I can make tiny princesses. They're supposed to be
Aw,
like yay big, like 3 or 4 inches tall.
cute.
So
All right. So I think that about does it for our book club.
yeah.
If you want to chime in with any recommendations or what your opinions are of book club, let us know. You can email us at geekgrills@gmail.com or you can tweet us at geekgrills. And what are you grills anticipating right now? I think, Linda, you just answered with more crochet.
Yeah, more just more what is it? MOAR, more crochet.
More
Oh.
crochet.
Like I said, I'm in the green section now. I gotta get to the end of this book.
What about you, Ember?
I'm going to see Enter the Haggis. The band my husband was in many years ago. They're coming to Charlotte. They're coming to Asheville. I think a bunch of other places in the area. And Craig contacted us to see if we wanted to go. So it'll be the first time we're seeing a show at the Neighborhood Theater Friday. And I am super excited. Should be a lot of fun.
Cool.
About you?
Then I've got Gardens of Destiny this weekend.
Oh right,
Mark.
that's this weekend.
It is this weekend, and again, like Scott did the sneaky thing of paying ahead, so I'm committed. No, it's fine. I'm also coming up to retirement with this character, so this game or next game or a soonish game, so I'm kind of ready to go, but I don't see the good story to leave on yet, so I'm also going to be learning glass mosaics, because Scott wants me to finish a mosaic that his mom started. And she has done most of it. And I've never done glass mosaics, so I'm going to get some stuff and do a small test run to see how this goes before I touch it, because I will just cry a million tears if I ruin it. And
Is
he's
it
like, "No, that's
is
fine."
it in plaster or does she do it with like
Uh,
metal?
I don't know what the base is that she's building it on top of. I'd have to look at it again. She has done most of it, it looks like. So the way she does it is she would kind of like a pixel art and break it apart to do it that way. And she has done most of her face because she was doing a self-portrait before stuff. So like
Okay.
most of that is done. So it would literally just be me doing background, and it looks like it would just be me applying glass bits to the base, which to me, if I remember, also looked glass.
Well, look, I've done it with plaster. So if you have done it with if it's doing with plaster, I can help you with the glass and putting it in. But that's we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, like I did look around. I'm like, okay, everything seems easy, too easy. I don't believe you. I'm gonna make a few on my own first before I touch this, because I don't want to. It would just be too devastating. So, and then hopefully I can also go back to my aerial class, which I haven't been to in 2 weeks because of everything, and
Yeah.
roller skating again. I might have bought another pair of quad skates. But these are higher, so these are different. These are more like the ones you get at Sparkles or when you go rental. So,
Yes, the ones I fall off of.
It's also because I've been asked not to get into Derby, so yeah. But remember, folks,
You can
that
always
is
come
the
and
live
watch us
show
record
reminder.
live.
That is Ember and not me. I can shut up for a moment.
Come watch us record live at twitch.tv/geekgrills on most Monday evenings. Our next one will be on March 13th, 2023 at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be joined by Veronica Susi and talk about the unfortunate legacy of She Who Shall Not Be Named.
And in addition to the subs and bits that we get on Twitch, we are supported by our amazing patrons, the greatest girlfriends on the internet. You can become a patron at www.patreon.com/grills. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to us for free every month on Twitch.
And another way to show your support is by leaving us a review. You can do so on any of your podcast catchers. You can check out what topics we're doing in the next month on our schedule below on our Twitch page. And if you're a patron, you can always suggest a topic for us. We will do it, and we would love to hear your ideas.
And where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Instagram under the name madcap_misc. That's MISC. You can check out my website at madcapm.com.
Easiest for me is to go to 9of12.com. That's NINEOF12.com.
And you can find me on Instagram under DappleDame. Thanks for listening, everyone. Good game. GG.
GG.
GG!
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
And long live the Pumpkin Queen.
Yes.
Well, there's your title.
It's so good.
I really, really liked it, yeah. So I've
I'm
got
just
Why
gonna
Is
drink
His
this whole
Blood
bottle of
Weird?
soda.
And If Julia Child Was a Southern Belle and a Weeb.
Yeah.
It is the most insane thing.
I don't think we want to put Weeb out there in public.
No, but
Even though you're saying it about yourself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So-
No, it's...
I mean, we'll do this also if we end up doing the Patreon content. But what had me absolutely rolling laughing
Oh,
was
okay.
I was like, yeah, she was gonna do the Julia Child's voice for the weekend, and then she, without pausing, she piped up with this.
Cody! Oh! Just like, oh no.
She'd been walking around all weekend going, "Konnichiwa, everybody!"
Oh, man.
And then it was just the Julia Child's "Konnichiwa," like really high.
Awesome.
Yep. It was
I
ridiculous.
still can't. I can't.
Yes! I'm gonna giggle loop Linda once more.
No, I can't be caught in a giggle loop. I got shit to do. Ah.
Yeah, that was lots of just